spirits out there, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, whatever time it is where you are watching this video. What's up with y'all? Today is day 5 of our discipline challenge, and for today we are doing a full body flow for all levels. So if you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, if you're advanced, this is a flow for everyone. I will have some intermediate advanced flows in there, not flows, but positions in there, but like I said, I will include beginner modifications. So if you guys are ready for that, go ahead and meet me on the mat so we can get started. Alrighty, so we are first going to start in a standing position just like so, and we're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to stretch our arms above our head, extend our spine, and raise our gaze. And as you exhale, I want you just to separate your legs a little bit wider than hip distance. And as we exhale, we are just going to lean towards the left, pushing our hips out towards the right as our arms go towards the left, getting a deep stretch down the right side of our body. We're going to stay here for about 2 breaths, so let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to shift towards the right now, pushing our hips out towards the left, and our arms are going over towards the right as we take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath here, deep breath with me. And as we exhale, we're just going to center ourselves, taking another deep breath in, stretching our arms nice and tall, raising our gaze. And as we exhale, we're just going to fold. It's okay if you don't go all the way down. First fold of the day. Things could be a bit tender here, so we're just going to take a deep breath in. As I exhale, I'm going to rest my hands on my thighs and halfway lift. I'm going to take another deep breath here. And then I'm going to exhale and I'm going to fold again, placing my hands on the mat. If that is not accessible for you, you can go ahead and just place your hands on your ankles, on your calf muscles, on your knees, on your thighs, maybe even on your hips, or you can place your fingertips on the mat. Whatever is most comfortable for you at this moment. We're just going to take a deep breath here in our fold. And as we exhale, I want you to take your right hand and just walk it over towards your right foot. And we're going to take our, well, I was not going to say right, I'm going to say left hand, y'all. My apologies. Take your left hand and walk it over towards your right foot. In your right hand, you're just going to spin open towards the sky, opening your chest out towards the right. Take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. One more deep breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to lower our right hand down. We're going to walk the right hand towards the left foot, maybe catch a hold to your ankle, or maybe just keep it on the foot, keep it on the mat, whatever's most comfortable for you. And we're going to exhale, reaching our hand towards the air. As we turn our chest outwards towards the left, take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. One more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to lower our left hand down towards the mat, walking our hands out towards the center. Take a deep breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to make our way towards the ground, nice and slow. Just make your way into a seated position here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. For our next exercise, I want you to actually set your legs apart, a little bit wider than hip distance, keeping your knees in this kind of like triangle formation. So you're making little like triangles with your legs, kind of like so, and they're a bit wider than hip distance. And we're just going to do some 90-90s here. Of course, there's another name for this exercise, but this is just like what I call it. And basically, this is the exercise. Like I said, there's many names for this exercise, but I call it a 90-90 because your legs are in like 90 degrees. But anyway, we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to take our hands, we're going to place them behind our backs as we knock our knees from right to left. Just making sure to move with our breath. So taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling here and exhaling as we knock our knees down. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. And we're just going to do that a couple more times. Deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. 2 more times on each side. Last time here. Last time to the left. All right, now we're just gonna center our legs. Go ahead and bring your legs in to a butterfly formation. So you're just gonna place your feet together. If you're looking for more of a challenge here, you can always just pull your feet as close to you as possible. But if you're not looking for much of a challenge, if you need more space, just go ahead and push your feet a little bit farther away from you. My perfect position is like right here. This is where I like to be, like, so I'm not too far, but I'm not all the way up. So I'm getting a little bit of a challenge here, but it's not too much for me. This is kind of like where I'm at right now. But anyway, we're gonna take a deep breath in. Go ahead and grab onto your feet as you start flapping your knees up and down in your butterfly, making sure we are moving with our breath here. So go ahead and take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Hi, thank you for joining. I'm sorry that I cannot read your comment. I'm a little bit far from the camera, but as soon as we're done with these butterflies, I'm going to read your comments. Swear. As soon as we're done with these butterflies. I know I always say that during the yoga. I'd be like, as soon as we're done with this, I'm gonna read the comments, and then I'd be doing like 10 other exercises. But no, for real though, as soon as I'm done with these butterflies, I'm going to read the comment. But let's take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. 2 more breaths in our butterfly. 2 more breaths here. Last breath in our butterfly. Last breath here. Deep breath through your nose. And a deep breath out your nose or mouth. Totally up to you. All right, you guys can stay in butterfly. I'm going to get up and read this comment. Then we're going to get back onto the mat so we can do our next couple exercises. But you guys just stay in butterfly while I read this. I know I got to get up and walk to the camera to read. Alrighty. Music and Stillness said, this woman is beautiful and attractive, so I can't concentrate on the exercise. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, I really appreciate that. Hey, it's the yoga, y'all. It's the yoga. It's the yoga. I promise y'all, it's the yoga. All right, but let's get back onto our mat. Let's get back into our butterfly position. But instead of flapping our legs this time, we're gonna take our hands, we're gonna place them on our knees, and we're going to push our knees down towards the ground. But remember, as you're pushing your knees down, use that same force with your knees to push against your hands. So you're trying to lift your knees up, but you're using your hands to push them down. So it's like a counteractive force going on here. So when you guys are ready, go ahead and place your hands on your knees, and we're gonna start with taking a deep breath in. And as we exhale, remember we're going to push those knees down, and remember we're going to pull those knees up. Counteractive force here. So let's go ahead and do that for about 5 breaths. So when you guys are ready, let's go ahead and start. Deep breath with me. And a deep breath out your nose or mouth. Optional to keep your eyes open or closed. Most times when I'm in a seated position and I'm doing seated exercise, I literally tend to close my eyes. Like, it's like a habit at this point. Like, I don't even be doing it on purpose. I just be here, and the next thing you know, my eyes are closed. So yeah, it's optional to have your eyes open or closed here. Totally up to you. We have 4 more breaths in this position, so let's take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. 3 more breaths here, guys. Inhale with me. And a deep breath out. Remember, guys, this is a counteractive force going on. So we're pushing down, but our knees are pulling up. So remember that here. Only 2 more breaths to go here. Inhaling through our nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. Last breath here. And as we exhale, just go ahead and release those hands from your knees. Go ahead and just shake that out. I know that that counteractive force for a long amount of breaths can be a bit intense sometimes, especially if you're not used to doing any type of butterflies or exercises like that. So just go ahead and just shake it out real quick. Give it a good shake. We're gonna shake for 3, for 2, and 1. Alrighty. Let's go back into our crisscross applesauce position. And with our next inhale, we're gonna raise our arms above our head. nice and tall, maybe even raise your gaze. And as you exhale, we're gonna take our right hand and we're gonna place it on our left knee. And then our left hand, we're gonna place it behind our back as we twist open towards the left. All right, so when you guys are ready for that, let's take a deep breath in, stretching our arms above our head, nice and tall, elongating our spine. And as we exhale, we're just going to twist towards the left, placing our right hand on our left knee as our left hand goes behind our back. With our next inhale, we're just going to stretch our spine a little bit taller. And as we exhale, maybe you twist deeper, maybe you stay exactly where you are, totally up to you. No reason to force anything here, just go with your body at the moment. We're gonna stay here for about 2 breaths, guys, so take a deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. One more breath here, guys. Inhale with me. And as you exhale, we're just going to release that twist nice and slow as we center our spine. Now we're just going to repeat what we just did, but on the right side. So take another deep breath with me. Stretching your arms nice and tall, maybe even raising your gaze. And as you exhale, we're gonna take our left hand, we're gonna place it on our right knee. We're gonna take our right hand and we're gonna place it behind our back as we twist towards the right. Taking a deep breath in as we elongate our spine. And a deep breath out as you twist maybe a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths to go here, guys. Deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. 1 more breath here, guys. 1 more breath. Inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, just slowly release. Slowly release that spine into a centered position. All right, let's shake that out. We're gonna do a couple of shoulder exercises before we move on into tabletop position. So before we move on to that, let's go ahead and place our hands on our knees. Let's take a deep breath in as we raise our shoulders towards our ears. And as we exhale, we're just going to roll our shoulders down and back. So we're basically doing some circles here. Taking a deep breath in, shoulders roll forward, they roll up. And as we exhale, they roll down and back. So just some slow circles here. Inhale with me. Raising the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, they go down and around. We're gonna do that 2 more times, guys. Deep breath here. Shoulders go up and a deep breath out, down and around. Last one here, deep breath in. Let's hold it for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, they go down and around. Go ahead and shake that out now. Shake it out for 3, for 2, and 1. Go ahead and spin around into your tabletop formation. Take your time to get there. There's literally no rush here. Remember, we're gonna stack our wrists under our shoulders and we're gonna stack our knees under our hips. We're gonna have our fingertips spread wide, just like so. We're gonna grip the mat. And we're gonna take a deep breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to start with some small circles, okay? And I'm going towards the right, but we're going to do the opposite direction. So it doesn't matter if you go towards the left or the right, because we're going to do both sides anyway. But we're just going to start with some small circles here. Taking a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. If you're looking for something a bit more deeper, you can always send your hips towards your heels. And you can always rock your shoulders over your wrists. Okay, but like I said, those are optional. If you're okay with your small circles, you can just stay there. We're gonna do this for 2 more breaths before we switch to the opposite direction. So deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. 1 last breath here before we switch directions. Inhaling through our nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. With your next breath in, let's go ahead and switch to the opposite direction. So now I'm spinning towards the left. I'm taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's stay for 3 more breaths here, guys. Inhaling with me and exhaling out the nose or mouth. 2 more breaths to go here. Inhaling through our nose. Exhaling out the nose or mouth. Last breath here. And as you exhale, just go ahead and sink your hips towards your heels. As you lower your chest down towards the mat to settle into a child's pose. Take a deep breath here. Optional to keep your hands out in front of you like so, or you can set them by your side, whatever is most comfortable for you in this position. Me, I'm gonna set my hands by my side and I'm gonna stay for 2 breaths here. So let's take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more breath here, guys. And as we exhale, I'm just gonna place my hands out in front of me as I walk myself back into a tabletop position. Take some time to adjust if need be. Remember, we are stacking our wrists under our shoulders and we are stacking our knees under our hips. Take some time to get there. And once there, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, I just want you to extend your right leg out and extend your left arm out. When you are ready, only when you're ready, go ahead and start to lift the right leg. Takes a little bit of balance here. It does, but it's okay. We're gonna take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're gonna stay for 2 more breaths here, guys. Deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. If you are struggling with your balance, remember to push the ground away using your right hand and your left knee. We're gonna stay for 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, I want you to kick your right leg out to the side. Go ahead and lower that right foot down. Go ahead and raise your left arm out to the side. And as you exhale, go ahead and thread your left arm in between your right arm as you lower your left shoulder down to the mat. Optional to extend your right arm out or to take it around for a bind. Totally up to you. Me, personally, I like to take my arm around for the bind, but like I said, that's not accessible to everyone, so you can always just keep your arm out in front of you, just like so. But yes, we're gonna stay here for 2 breaths, guys. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. 1 more breath here, guys. Inhale with me. And as you exhale, if you took your arm around for a bind, go ahead and place that back onto the mat. We're going to use our right hand to sit back up as we unthread our needle, stretching our left arm back to the sky. Go ahead and lower your left arm back down as we take our right leg and place it back into our tabletop formation. Now we're just going to do that, but on the opposite side now. So go ahead and take a deep breath in. As you exhale, go ahead and extend the left leg out and extend your right arm forward. When you're feeling balanced and when you're feeling ready, you can go ahead and lift the left leg back up into the air. And we're gonna stay for 3 breaths here. Take a deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. 2 more to go. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out the nose or mouth. 1 more breath here, guys. And as you exhale, just go ahead and spin your left leg out to the side. Lower it down nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. Stretch your right arm upwards. And as you exhale, go ahead and thread your right arm in between the left as you lower your right shoulder down towards the mat. Optional to extend your right arm, or not right arm, but extend your left arm, or to take it around for a bind. Me, I'm going to take it around for a bind, and I'm going to take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. We're going to stay for 2 more breaths here, guys. So go ahead, inhale with me. And exhale out your nose or mouth. 1 more breath here, guys. Deep breath with me. And as you exhale, if your arm was in a bind, go ahead and release that bind, placing your left hand back to the mat. Use your left palm to push the ground away, releasing your needle as your right arm goes up and back down. Go ahead and pull your left leg back into a tabletop nice and slow here. Take a deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. Like, I know it's a lot of animal noises going on right now. That's because I'm outside and I'm like next to the woods. So yes, y'all are gonna hear a lot of animal noises. So hey, just go with the flow. Just go with the flow here, y'all. Take a deep breath with me. And as you exhale, I want you to walk your hands out. Go ahead and walk your hands out as you lower your chest down into a puppy's pose. Take a deep breath here in puppies. And a deep breath out. 2 more breaths here in puppy pose. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. 1 more breath here in our puppy's pose. And as you exhale, I want you to shift your weight forward as you lower your belly down into a Sphinx pose. Go ahead and take a deep breath here in your Sphinx. And a deep breath out. 1 more breath here in Sphinx. And as you exhale, go ahead and take your hands, place them near your lower ribs as you push the ground away to shift your hips back, tuck your toes, pick your hips up to shift into downward dog. Go ahead and take some time to paddle out your dog here, left to right or right to left, totally up to you. Just go ahead and move with your breath here. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the nose or mouth. Let's stay for 2 more breaths here, paddling out our dog. Deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, just go ahead and find stillness here. It's okay if your heels do not ground all the way down. You're just trying to feel a deep stretch down the backs of your legs. So go ahead and take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out in stillness. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and bend your knees as you kick your right leg up to settle into a 3-legged dog. Go ahead and take another deep breath here. And as you exhale, slowly but surely sweep your leg forward to place your right foot in between your hands. Take your time to get there. Once there, once you are feeling stable, once you're feeling secure, I want you to go ahead and lower your back knee down so you can settle into a low lunge. Take a deep breath here. Optional to keep your hands on the mat for support, but if you're feeling secure, if you're feeling stable, you can go ahead and windmill those arms up to settle into heart chakra center. Take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. If you're looking for more intensity here, you can always shift your hips forward to deepen your low lunge. If that's too much for you, you can always stay exactly here in this 90-degree angle. But me, I like a bit of a tenseness here, so I'm going to shift myself forward. And I'm also going to set my hands on the mat so I can go even deeper here and still have some support. I'm going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to stay for 1 more breath here in our low lunge. And as you exhale, I want you to shift your hips back and scoot your front leg a little bit forward to create room for your runner stretch. Once you are there, go ahead and flex your feet, toes pointing towards the sky. We're going to take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. Let's take 1 more breath here in our runner stretch. And as we exhale, we're just going to shift our hips back forward to settle into our low lunge. Take a deep breath here in your low lunge. And as you exhale, just go ahead and shimmy that right foot all the way towards the left side of your mat. Once it's there, just go ahead and settle that right knee towards the ground into your pigeon's pose. Take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. If the pigeon's pose is too much for you, you can always pull your foot closer to you to decrease the angle. So your leg might not be in a complete 90-degree angle for accessibility. You can always just pull it close to you. I wish I could show you guys it. Actually, I am going to show you guys it so you guys can know what I'm talking about. I'm going to turn towards you guys. Basically, what I was saying, if you could not see it, I was saying if having your leg in a 90-degree angle like this is too much for your pigeon's pose, you can always take your foot and bring it closer to you to decrease the angle in your leg so it's a bit more accessible for you. Those are for those who may think this position is a bit much on them. But for those who want to kick it up a notch, go ahead and just keep your leg back in that 90-degree angle. And if that's not enough for you and you need more, you can start to lift your back foot. I'm gonna turn towards the side so I can show you that example. All right, let me turn towards the side. Like I said, for those of you who want to kick it up a notch, you can just lift your back foot just like so, and this is going to make your stretch a bit more intense. Me, I am fine exactly where I am right here, so we're just gonna stay for 2 more breaths. Take a deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. 1 more breath here, guys. And as we exhale, we're just going to take our hands, we're going to place them back on the mat. We're going to use our palms to push the ground away. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee up, and pull your right knee into your chest. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, just go ahead and kick your right leg back into 3-legged dog. Deep breath with me. And as you exhale, just go ahead and lower that foot back down towards the left and paddle it out. Let me straighten up my mat some, y'all. It's being a little cricket right now. And let me readjust. Alrighty. Yeah, let's paddle this out now. Deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. With your next inhale, I want you to bend your knees. And as you exhale, go ahead and kick your left foot up to settle into 3-legged dog. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, slowly but surely sweep your leg forward to place your left foot in between your hands. Nice and slow here. Take some time to get centered, to get balanced. Once you feel there, you can lower your back knee down to settle into a low lunge. Optional to keep your hands on the mat for stability, but if you're feeling stable and balanced, you can go ahead and windmill your arms up to settle into heart chakra center. Go ahead and take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. If you're looking for a bit more intensity here, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what happened to my mouth right now. My brain was moving faster than my mouth. I was going to say something totally else. But anyway, if you're looking for a bit more intensity, optional to shift your hips a bit forward to deepen your stretch. Me, I'm going to stay just like this, but I'm also going to lower my hands down for stability as I stretch a little bit deeper here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stay for 2 more breaths in our low lunge. So take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to shift our hips back and scoot our front leg a little bit forward to create space for our runner stretch. Once there, you guys can just settle in, flex your front foot so your toes are pointing towards the sky. And we're going to take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. 2 more breaths here in our runner stretch, guys. Inhaling with me. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and shift your hips back forward to settle into your low lunge. Take another deep breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and shimmy that left foot all the way towards the right side of your mat as you lower your left knee down to settle into a pigeon's pose. Like I said, if this is a bit too intense for you, you can always decrease the angle in your knee by pulling your foot closer to you. But if it's not intense enough, just go ahead and push it back into that 90-degree angle, and you can lift up your back knee for a bit more of an intenser stretch. See, that's too intense for me at the moment. I'm good right here, so I'm gonna stay right here, and I'm gonna take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. We're gonna stay for 2 more breaths inside of our pigeon pose. So deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. 1 more breath here, guys. Now this time as we exhale, we're going to turn out towards the right, spinning our right leg out as we shuffle into a wide leg seated stance. Alrighty. Go ahead and spread your legs as wide as you are comfortable with at the moment. And we're gonna take a deep breath in, stretching our arms above our head. Maybe raising the gaze, maybe not. And as you exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips and fold. It's okay if you don't fold all the way down. Just as much as you're comfortable with is perfectly fine. Take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. For modifications here, you can always place your hands on the ground for support. If you want this to be a bit more intense, maybe you can place your forearms on the ground and get a bit deeper. Like I said, both of those options, well, I just said it, are optional. So let's just take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just gonna slowly but surely sit all the way back up. Go ahead and just shake that out for 3, for 2, and for 1. For our next exercise, just go ahead and pull your legs back together as we roll up to go into a standing position. Nice and slow, we're just gonna stand up here. I'm gonna go ahead and dust all the grass off my pants real quick. Just real quick. Alrighty. For our next exercise, I want you to spread your legs a little bit wider than hip distance. Yeah, like a wide leg stance. We're in a wide leg stance here. We're gonna take a deep breath in, stretching our arms above our head. And as we exhale, we're just gonna spin our right foot out towards the right and the left as well as we fold over the right leg into a wide leg pyramid pose. If this is too much for you, you can also like pull your legs a little bit closer to make it a bit more accessible. Me, I like to have my pyramid pose a little bit wider for a deeper stretch, but like I said, if it's too deep, just pull your legs a little bit closer for accessibility. We're gonna take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. 1 more breath here, guys. And as we exhale, we're just gonna spin our legs out towards the left now. Turning towards the left so we can settle into a pyramid on our left side. Like I said, if the wide stance is a bit too much for you, you can always inch your feet closer together to make it a bit more accessible. If you're looking for a bit more of a challenge, you can always widen your stance. Go ahead and take a deep breath here though. And a deep breath out. Let's stay for 2 more breaths here. Inhale with me. And exhale out your nose or mouth. 1 more breath here, guys. And as you exhale, I want you to turn out so you're facing towards the middle. Back into your wide leg stance here. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, maybe you fold a bit deeper. Totally optional though, you don't have to do this. But maybe you do. Take a deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. With your next inhale, I want you to spread your legs a little bit wider. And as you exhale, I want you to sink your hips towards your right heel. Turn your left leg outward so your toes are pointing towards the sky. And we can settle into our Skavasana. Take a deep breath here. Optional to keep your hands on the mat for support. Or you can have your hands settle into heart chakra center. Totally up to you though. But just, I'm speaking too fast, y'all. I'm speaking too fast. Like my mind was saying something totally different than my mouth right now. But anyway, like I said, just keep your hands on the ground for support here. But if you're feeling stable, if you're feeling balanced, you can always put your hands in heart chakra center. Totally up to you though. Let's take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, we're going to take our hands, we're going to place them back on the mat. We're going to push against the ground as we spin out towards the left side now. This time your right foot is facing towards the sky, toes are pointing upward as we settle into Skavasana on the left side. My hands are gonna stay on the ground for support on this side. I always feel more balanced on my right side than on my left side, so I like to put my hands on the ground when I'm on this side because this is not my strong side. This is not my strong side. So I take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. One more breath here, guys. And as we exhale, we're just gonna push against the ground and we're gonna go back towards the right side, sinking our hips down towards our right heel. See, I can keep my hands up on this side. When I'm on my left side, my hands have to stay on the ground. I'll be like, yeah, I'm finna fall. But when I'm on my right side, I'm like, okay, I feel a bit balanced, okay. So let's take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. One more breath here, guys. And as I exhale, I'm gonna place my hands back on the mat. As I shift towards the left, I'm gonna keep my hands on the mat too, because I need more stability here. I'm gonna take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath here. And as we exhale, this time we're just gonna sit all the way towards the ground. So our glutes are all the way on the ground. And we're just gonna take our left knee, we're going to place that on the ground as we turn towards the right. Take a deep breath here, stretching your arms above your head. And as you exhale, you're just gonna fold over your right leg. Take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. One more breath here. And as you exhale, slowly but surely sit all the way back up. We're gonna take our right hand, we're gonna set it behind our back, and then we're going to lift up our left knee. Get ready, because this one can be a bit intense. We're going to go into a fallen star. I hope you guys are ready for that. Before you do it though, I'm gonna show you exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you an example, and then we can do it together. But we're gonna go into a fallen star. So take your right hand, place it behind your back, put your palm against the ground, because you're going to be putting a lot of force on your palm as you push yourself up. Okay, so we're gonna take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're gonna use the strength of our right palm and our left foot to push ourselves up into our fallen star. Take a deep breath here.